Everybody, SK here with my first music review today. Today I've decided that I wanted to do a music review on a band that just released new music, and I just saw them in concert not too long ago. Actually, about a week ago I saw them in concert, and the band I'm talking about is Yellowcard. Yellowcard, a legendary 90s pop punk band, well, late 90s pop punk band. That's when they were came out, late 90s pop. They were really pop rock, but one and the same. It feels like they're pop punk pop rock band. They came out with their comeback EP, Childhood Eyes. Childhood Eyes was also a single that introduced them back into the music world, which is a really well put together single that really put them back in people's eyes. Like, they've been gone since 2016, so 7 years, and they released this, and it's just a big shock to the world that Yellowcard is back, because nobody really thought they were coming back. They just kind of ended things off. Things were looking dim for the band, and here we are. Started on the EP. Now, my first impressions of it when first listening to it, I definitely enjoyed it. I can't say I didn't. Like, I like a lot of older pop rock bands' newer stuff, especially if you kept your sound. Like, I feel like that's with any pop rock band. Like, when Green Day came out with Revolution Radio, I think that's one of their best albums of all time. And but that's because Green Day kept their sound, but also switched it up a bit. Basically, this is what Yellowcard did. And I feel like Yellowcard, regardless of, like, what age they release music in, what year, and what's popular, they've always seemed to release good music, because I feel like they always take the extra step to just make it good. Even if, like, sometimes they do the same bread and butter that they've been doing for years, they still add something to it to not make it just all the same. So let's just get right into the EP. First song is called 3 Minutes More, and they feature Pierce DeVille. Pierce DeVille is another pop punk. They're more pop punk, but you could also consider them pop rock. I don't mind Pierce DeVille. I do think that their singer kind of sounds like a woman. I remember when I first listened to them, I thought they were Paramore, so that wasn't really a good start for them, but when I listened to them more, I grew to appreciate them more. I still don't know most of their discography, but 3 Minutes More did a good job with Pierce DeVille. I think William Ryan Kelly, the lead singer of Yellowcard, did a great job with the lead singer of Pierce DeVille. They were going back and forth with verses in the in the verses. Like, were going back and forth. Like, it was just really good. I like the drumming in this too. They have one steady, like, techno drum. It's not like a techno drum, but it's definitely looped, because it's still playing throughout, even in the chorus. Like I said, I think that Pierce DeVille did a great job at not being too overbearing. Like, I feel like sometimes when rock musicians add, like, or anybody that has features, sometimes the feature just outperforms the singer, and that just, I feel like, kind of kills the song sometimes. But it definitely didn't happen in this song. They actually sound pretty well together. I will have to say, though, this song, out of the whole 5 songs that are on the EP, is probably the worst, but that's not a bad thing either. Like, I'm not saying the song is just bad. It's not bad. Like, the song is actually pretty decent. It's just, I feel like it's weaker than all the other ones. Like, and it's, like I said, it's not a bad thing that it's weaker than all of them. I think it's like a decent starting track. Like, it definitely is like a good opener, but they definitely had this idea that, like, it most likely wasn't going to be the best song. That's what I got from it. I mean, like I said, it's still a good listen. But it's certainly not better than the next track that we're going to talk about, which is Childhood Eyes. Now, Childhood Eyes, like I said, was the single to this EP. Childhood Eyes was actually a really good song, and I stand by like the fact that Yellowcard has been really good at releasing singles for albums or EPs that they drop. Right? Like, I feel like every starting single that they have released for albums, they have done such a good job at just making it so good that you really can't wait for the album. Like, I don't think I can name a shitty single from Yellowcard that's like debuting this album. You know what I mean? Like this is the single off of this album. Like, we can't wait, and everybody's usually pretty pumped, like 100%. Like, think about it. Ocean Avenue had Ocean Avenue. They had Way Away. Lights and Sound had Lights and Sound. Rough Landing, Holly. Even the one, I can't remember the album name, but it had Awakening. Awakening was a great song. Even their self-titled, they had Sing for Me, with With You Around. That was another good one. I couldn't think about it. I kept trying to think of a different song title that kind of sounds the same. But, yeah, like I said, Childhood Eyes, great song. I love how it starts off with, like, this really good, like, melodic guitar riff that plays throughout this song. Even live, I heard it live. It was really good live. It's definitely only played with one guitar, and then the other guitar is kind of more like a loop in the background, but I actually don't mind that at all, considering the fact that it sounds appropriate for the song. The chorus is really good. Lyrically, it's well written. From start to finish, it's just lyrically well written, which I like that. Even the last part of the song, like the closing parts of the song, when they say, you know, I am the love you need, and then they just keep progressively getting more intense with it, and it's not like a big, like, fucking huge, like, screaming intense, like, no, it's just a good chorusy sounding intensity that, like, pulls the song all together, and it just really ends the song off great. Like I said, the chorus is really good. The rhythm in the chorus is good. It changes up twice. Like, so you have the chorus that starts in the beginning. They start with the chorus in the beginning. The second chorus is kind of the same thing, but, you know, with all the instruments together. And the second one's a lot different. It feels like it's tuning down, but it's still tuning up. It's kind of weird, because that's when the looping guitar chords make it sound interesting. That's why I like it. So I really do think Childhood Eyes is probably the second best song on this EP, which kind of, like, it kind of sucks to say like a single is one of the best, but when it's an EP, it's kind of hard not to. Like, I have so many albums I have sitting on my desk right now that I can name other songs I like more, in my opinion, than the singles. But like I said, EPs is a lot more difficult to say that, but even then, that's still not a bad thing. Then third song, I think it was called Hiding in the Light. Yeah, Hiding in the Light. Hiding in the Light. So third song on the EP is Hiding in the Light. Hiding in the Light, the best way to describe that song, if, like, Rough Landing Holly had a child. Like, it definitely, like, bam, snap your fingers. First time it turns on, it's just, like, instant shredding of the guitars. It definitely sounds like it sounds like a little baby version of the riff from Rough Landing Holly. But, you know, it's still different. It's just, like, the intensity in the beginning and how the verses are, like, slower paced to what the starting guitar riffs were, and then the guitar riffs tuned down for the verses. And that's why I say it kind of sounds like it. Hiding in the Light is definitely, like, a ball of intensity. Definitely, that was their best, like, I feel like their idea was basically, let's give a song that people could just jam out to, and this is what Hiding in the Light is. Even though it's a jam out song, lyrically it's still good too. Like, I thought lyrically it was still pretty decent. Like, I had no issues with it. But I still took it more as like a jamming out song, which, isn't bad either. I don't mind, albums or EPs having a song where you just jam out. Like, I feel like people just go into these albums or EPs always thinking like these rock artists, every song needs to have some type of meaning. Like, you know what? It's okay if like not every song doesn't have a meaning. It's okay just to get loose sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I like about Yellowcard. They always have a song that's just like just dumb, and it's just like certainly just like we're jamming out. You know what I mean? And even like I said, the lyrics don't even need to be that meaningful or that impactful, because at least William Ryan Kelly just does such a good job at singing. It kind of makes up for it, and that's what I liked about him when I even saw them in live concert. It's just like everything he did was so top notch singing that even songs that I didn't know I liked a lot, because it just, his voice was really crisp with it and just really like passionate. And that's all this album is. Every song has passion in the singing. Like, it is amazing that every song has some type of passion or like feeling to it. So when like songs like Hiding in the Light come on, and lyrically they're not the best thing they have produced, it's still like pretty decent. It's not like top of the notch lyricist, it still is just really good, because he is passionate in his voice and how he sings. And keep in mind, this EP is not a short EP either. It's about 25 minutes long. No, it's 18 minutes long, and every song's about like 3 minutes or higher, which again isn't bad. Like 5 songs for 18 minutes, that's not bad. Because say if they add another 5 songs for 10, that's 36 minutes. Say if they add 2 more for 12, that would have been over the 40-minute cap if it was a full album. So like Yellowcard did not fuck around with this album. And like I said, Hiding in the Light, really good song. Really liked the closing on it too. I felt like the closing was just like such a good like ball of energy with the chorus and stuff. So next song, it's called Honest from the Jump. Now this song, I'm not gonna say it's bad, right? It's not. I think it's better than 3 Minutes More. It's just, it definitely has this like steady tone with it, with like, has this like it's like Childhood Eyes, but like if they added the second guitar to it. Like, it's like, it was hard trying to figure out what I really liked from Honest from the Jump. And I'll be honest with you, the ending choruses were probably the best. Like, that bridge, and that last bridge into the chorus was clearly the best part of the song. I think what really kills the song for me sometimes, right, is like, I'm a big ending guy, right? Like, if you have a really good beginning and like a decent ending, I can fuck with the song. If you have a decent beginning and an amazing ending, I'm in love with the song. Like, I think endings to songs matter a lot, because it could really, like, I feel like some songs, it does kill the songs for me. Like, I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but that's how I feel. Honest on the Jump, lyrically is really good. I like it lyrically. I took it as, like, the feeling of being lied to, which is, like, kind of self-explanatory in the title, but I felt like it worked because with the tempo and the instruments and everything blended well together, the singing, it was great. The only issue that I have with the song is at the ending, after they're done the bridge, the last final chorus, is that at the end there is so much unnecessary auto-tune. Like, I honest to God think without the auto-tune, it would have been so much better if he just sung regularly in a softer tone voice. You did not need the auto-tune. It sounds like, when you listen to it, you'll get what I'm saying. Like, it's just like, it's so unnecessary. Like, It really is. Like, and to be honest with you, did it kind of kill the song for me? A little bit, but not too much. Like I said, it's just kind of annoying that, like, they would do that. And that might be me nitpicking, but at the same time, it's unnecessary. Like, that's just unnecessary. Unnecessary autotune for a guy that can sing pretty well without autotune. Like I said, I saw them live in concert, and he did not need autotune because he did great without it. Like, he did amazing, and this was like shows in, so like this is like he can do it. I just think it was like a production choice that probably was just the wrong choice. But like I said, Honest from the Jump, pretty good song. I liked it. Great lyrically, great musically. It's like a big story. I feel like it definitely is. And the last song we have, and my personal favorite, this is the best song on the album, type shit. It's called "The Places We'll Go." Now, "The Places We'll Go" has a feature. The feature is Dashboard Confessional. If you don't know who Dashboard Confessional is, they're the people that sung "Hands Down," "Vindicated," "Stolen." Like, they're a very well known, like, pop rock kind of emo-ish band. And the singer for Dashboard Confessional was an amazing singer. So I'm kind of glad that this band was chosen for the feature. And when I tell you, this song is the best. Clearly, hands down the best. And I had this on repeat for a while because I was so hooked onto it. At first, it kind of gets you because you think it's an acoustic song. And the whole time, right? And I forgot to mention this. The violinist throughout this whole EP was amazing. And you might be wondering, it's just a violin. Like, he plays a sick ass violin. Like, it's not just like random violin noises either. Like, it's just like it works well with the songs and the way he plays it and the way the tone is with it, or like how he plays certain strings and like the melodies that his violin plays throughout the songs. And his violin, the way he plays it on "The Places We'll Go," is clearly the best out of all the songs. And like I said, that's not a bad thing. That is definitely not a bad thing. It's just, this song is clearly the best song on this album. It felt like an acoustic song at first. You get through the first verses, and then you get to the chorus, right? And then once you get to the second verse, and then into the second chorus and the bridge, you realize that this is more than an acoustic song, because then when this chorus comes with the bridge, you'll see that the whole band comes together. The drums, the basses, guitars, William Ryan Kelly's on the acoustic, like, and then you have Dashboard Confessional singing with William Ryan Kelly. And again, when they all come together, it is so, like, it's so soothing and nice. Like, it's such a great closing song. Like, I really wish they released a full album, because this would have been such a great closer for any album that they make. Like, it was really good. And I like how they made it the closer for this EP. It was definitely a great closing song. Actually, probably one of their best closing songs they've ever made. And that's probably just me having recency bias, but like, even then, it's still really good. I really did like the fact that Dashboard Confessional, like, he has such a strong voice, but the way they produced it and the way that Yellowcard's singer and Dashboard's singer, like, they never really overtook each other. Like, Dashboard never overtook William's voice ever. Like, he never, like, overdid him. And again, that's what Yellowcard did really well, is like, both their features did not overtake them to the point that it didn't really feel like their song anymore. It felt like the feature did better than the actual band, which was great for Yellowcard. Like, this was really good feature choicing. And like I said, Dashboard singer did an amazing job the whole time. Like, it just sounded really soothing, and it sounded like they had emotion, even when it was Like, even the song was slower, and they were speaking more softly and singing more softly and singing to more of an acoustic tone. You know, never once a dashboard overlap, like just overtake, and it sounded beautiful. It did. It really sounded amazing, and that's why I thought this song was the best. Like, the singing was just really well put together. The instrumentals, they weren't rushed. They didn't rush into the band coming together. They really took their time. This song is I'm pretty sure is like second longest song. Is like 4 minutes. I'm pretty sure. What was it? Hiding in the Light. No, not Hiding in the Light. Honest from the Jump was the longest song. I think that was like 4 minutes 25 seconds. This was like 4 minutes 8 seconds. Even then, like I said, they didn't rush into the whole band coming in together right away. Like, they were very precise on when they wanted this to happen, and I like that a lot. Like, some bands really do rush the band coming together right away, and sometimes it's okay for it to play out a little bit before you do all that. You know what I mean? And like I said, the chorus was built together amazingly, especially when Dashboard's singing it with William Ryan Kelly. Like I said, the instrumentals are amazing in this song, and the violinist, this was definitely the best performance from the violinist. Like I said, that doesn't mean he played bad on the others. This is just clearly the best one. And same thing goes with the song. This is clearly the best song. That doesn't mean the other songs are just shit. You know what I mean? This is definitely one of my favorite EPs this year. Actually, probably since the 2020s, to be honest with you. And this isn't just for recency bias. It's just I can't think of any other EPs that I've listened to that have definitely been as good. Like, for example, when Real Friends came out with their EP, which I still don't know how they consider an EP when, it's definitely an album length, but they say it's an EP. When There's Nothing Worse for Too Late came out, this definitely beats that, and there's more songs on that than this, and it's just probably just because the fact that every song felt amazing. You know what I mean? It's just like, it was really well put together. This whole EP was really well put together, and when you have a great closer like The Places Will Go, it really just ties all that together, and it just made me want to re-listen to it again and again. That's what kept bringing me back to listening to it again and again. Like, I felt like at no point of this album I sat there and said I had to skip a song. Like, I never did, because I felt like it was mandatory to listen from start to finish. Like, if you're a big Yellowcard fan, right, and you're like hesitant because, oh, well, they don't know, I don't know if they're going to sound the same. Like, trust me, it's worth a listen. It's a really good EP, and I highly suggest it. If I had to rate it out of 10, I would rate it a 7. Because, like I said, I feel like, 7. I would rate it an 8. Like I said, there's little things that make it not a 10 in my eyes. Like, just little thing. I think 8 out of 10 is appropriate. And I think that's just really good in general for an EP and a comeback EP from a band that hasn't played music in 7 years. Like I said, what a great EP. I really suggest you guys listen to it if you haven't already. Put your thoughts and comments in the comment section below of how you felt about Yellowcard's EP, Childhood Eyes. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good day.